What's up, guys? Today we're going to take a look at this little tiny NameLess RC Nano 400 VTX. Now this thing does 400 milliwatts. It does pit mode 25, 100, 200 and 400. That's insane. But look at this. What the hell is that thing? It is tiny. Do you see my finger? No, my finger's kind of big. But look at that thing, guys. How does this thing do 400 milliwatts? I don't know if I believe that. However, I'm going to be installing this into my Primo build here. This is a 1S build. I'm starting to take it apart so you can see this is the all-in-one camera that I had in there before. And I'm putting in a Runcam Nano with my custom lens, and I'm going to attach the VTX in there somehow. So inside the package, here we are, guys. Again, look at my finger. Look at the size of this thing. The biggest thing on this is that little UFL connector that you have there. I mean, this is where technology has come. This is incredible to know that we can now get a VTX. I mean, I've been doing this for a while, and for me to see a 400 milliwatt VTX look like this is absolutely mad. I think this thing is going to burn. What do you guys think? I think it's going to burn. And the hardest thing now is going to be getting the wires onto this tiny... Look at those things. Anyway, set that aside. Let's see what's in here. We should have our antenna and some wires. That's it. That's what you get. Some heat shrink as well. Very nice. So guys, just so you didn't have to go searching for this, because this did not come inside the case. There's no manual, at least as of when I got mine. Here is the pinout for this. So holding it in this direction, the top solder pad that has the square one is 5 volts. Below that you have ground, then you have RX, which is your smart audio, and your video in. So that's how we're going to put this together. And here we have him working. Guys, this was a bit of a challenge to get this little thing going because I had to figure out a few things. So let me make this really simple for you. This guy runs off of IRC Tramp. It's not TBS Smart Audio. It's the Tramp protocol that you select in Betaflight to control the channels and stuff on this guy. And you have to unlock this. And you might think, how do I unlock this if I don't have a button? Because most of the other ones you have to hold on the button for like 30 seconds and power it up or something and do some dance on your head and then it will unlock. And I read finally that you have to set up in Betaflight, you have to set up pit mode on a switch. So I put the pit mode on the angle mode setting on my radio. So when I turn this on, you have to switch to pit mode for 3 times. As you turn it on, within 30 seconds, you have to switch to pit mode 3 times. So I went click, 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 and then these lights went 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 over and over, and that shows you that it's unlocked. And then I could select all the channels and change the settings, change the power settings, and everything works. There we have it, they're transmitting. So this guy gets really hot. This is on 25 milliwatts and it's already feeling like it's going to burn my hand. So I do not know what's going to happen when I go up to anything higher. I just want to at least be able to do, if I could even do 50 or 100, that would be better than 25. That's all I really want to do. So, right. I don't know if I'm going to be testing 400 on this little thing because this is 1S. It's probably going to blow up or fry a regulator in here. Second thing I want to say, guys, when you're soldering this thing, this is difficult. I said I was good at soldering and that wasn't the best. But I got it done. It takes a lot of practice. If you're not really good at soldering, this is not for you. Do not even try this. But basically you have to just tin the pad, just a little bit of solder on the pad and then solder on the wire, and just when you're connecting it, just touch the soldering iron just like for 1 second, boop, and that's it. If you hold it any longer, you're going to end up melting something, taking off the pad or something. And I also must say from experience, once you clip on this UFL connector, do not take it off if you don't have to, because trying to remove this, you're probably going to pull it off the board. I have had that happen to one of the Unify Pro 32s. That was annoying. I got it soldered back on, but it was quite annoying. I really wish I didn't have to put the heat shrink on this, but you know, if I don't, it's going to touch something and short out. So the heat shrink is probably going to cause heat to remain in here. But yeah, anyway, that's what we have to do. So I've made one important change to this since the last time, which is I kept the camera from my all-in-one. I just separated the VTX that was on the back and I ran the wire straight to my new VTX. And the VTX is sitting right below this top plate here where the air can get it. Guys, there's something I like about these all-in-one cameras. The the lens that they have gives you this very wide field of view, and it also has this very cool super view look. I've always said I really prefer this, especially for a 1S build, because it gives you this feeling of you're flying much faster than you actually are, because the edges rush by. Like, as images reach the end of the image, as you can see, it goes faster, and that gives you a very nice feel. And of course, 1S flying is not that fast, but you know, it still gives you that rush, and I like that. So I took out the Runcam Nano and I've used this, and I'm very happy. Now, the only other thing I did, I upgraded Betaflight. I don't remember which version, but now I have to use those VTX tables. And even though you're using the Tramp protocol, you do have to use the VTX tables. I don't remember where I got it from. Maybe I'll put a link in the description. As you can see, my reception is loads better. I wish I could do a comparison as to when it was on the 25 milliwatt VTX that was on the backpack of this compared to this one. But even on 25 milliwatts, this one does a really good job, excellent job, and I keep this running at 100 milliwatts. This thing gets really hot, and I don't know why they bothered to put 400 milliwatts in something like this, because I'm sure if you had a power meter to measure the output, it would say 400 milliwatts for like the first 2 seconds, and then it will just dip, because as it gets hot, it reduces its power, and that's what I've noticed. I had some problems in the beginning with putting like pit mode on the disarm. Like, I don't think it would disarm. I don't think it would actually work, and I don't think that a few times it wouldn't come off of pit mode when I do fly. It would stay in pit mode, and I don't know, that might be a problem with my flight controller. This flight controller is a very cheap one. I forgot the name of it that I got off of Banggood. I don't really mind how many amps it has because it's really 1S, so I don't have to get one of those more expensive ones. But also it's very light, even though now we have better options with beta FPV and all of that. But yeah, that's it. Now it seems to work very well. I keep it on 100 milliwatts. I do not suggest you use any kind of 400. I mean, if anybody out there has this or anyone like it and use like anything higher than 200, let me know how that worked out for you. Yeah, I would have to mount this probably right below the prop so it can constantly get air. The small things like this are, yeah, very difficult to keep cool. And of course, if you add any kind of heat sink, that's going to end up adding weight, which you don't want. So for this, guys, it works very well. And I'm sure for whoops, this is going to be a very popular option because it's super light. That's the reason why I go with this one. We do have the Ishin Nano VTX, which is a great VTX. And that one is probably like, I don't even think, well, I don't know how the weight difference is. It's probably not even a gram different. It's probably like point something grams. But yeah, that one performs really well. I haven't tested it fully, but that one performs really well. And the reason why you would want to use this over that, maybe just because the size, because like it fits really nicely in here. It's slightly smaller. But anyway, guys, this has been my experience. I cannot wait till the day that we have digital FPV with these tiny receivers. You know, even if it's a system like Bifrost, that where you have like HD analog over digital. I've always thought in my mind that why don't we have like an HD analog? Because I know it exists. Why don't we have, you know, like a higher bitrate coming out of our analog system? I know that would have more latency, but anyway, guys, things are moving in that direction. There hasn't been much things happening with FPV lately, just kind of this digital stuff coming out. But yeah, I'm excited to see what comes next. Anyway, guys, I hope this helped you in one way or the other. So yeah, enjoy, keep flying, and I'll see you soon.